whether it be book, whether it be a film or TV show. Oh my god, I broke my nail. This is already a mess. I'm so bad at this. Okay, so I lost my energy. Okay, so hi, I am Ari. I am 22 and I am a media major. The things that I am into are film, TV, K-drama, K-pop, and of course, reading. Since I just said that I am very much into K-drama and K-pop, I used to watch a lot of YouTubers from Korea, and one of them was Carrie Cakes. I really liked her vlogs of her Korean lifestyle, and I'm not sure, last year? I'm not sure. Okay, so she ended up starting her own BookTube, which is Carrie Can Read, and through her, I was able to discover this whole other community on YouTube who were reading and reviewing and recommending books. As I got into the community, I was able to discover more creators like Cindy, Ruby, Edwards, etc. I'm still in the middle of trying to explore the community more and find more creators, but these are the few that I watched recently. So that's how I got into BookTube. And when I discovered BookTube, I thought that this was like the perfect fit for me, because I really like reading and I really like reviewing, and I also have the thought about reviewing or making videos on K-pop, K-drama, and European and the Western film industry, but then that was honestly very, very intimidating. The BookTube community, it vibes this peaceful acceptance, and I thought that this was the best way I could, dip my feet into something that is very foreign, very new to me. So yeah, for the first video, I thought I should do a newbie tab, because I'm not just newbie to BookTube, I'm newbie to YouTube as a whole. So I found out that there are a certain amount of questions that you're supposed to answer for this tag. Why do you love reading? Why do you love reading? Why do I love reading? Well, for one, I love reading because out of all the things that you could do to consume some kind of content like film and TV, reading is where you are passively learning something. And since I'm not a native English speaker, it is very important for me to read books in the targeted language that I'm learning, especially English. So it helps me improve each time I'm reading. And I feel like the more books I read, the better I can talk and think and write. And those three things are extremely important. Why did I start this channel, and why are you excited about this channel? I'm going to combine both of those in one. I recently got back into reading, and I just didn't want to keep on consuming different books. I wanted to review the books that I was reading, think about them, critically think about them, analyze them, and then talk about them to someone. I want to improve myself. I want to improve my critical thinking. I want to improve my speaking and communication skills, and I want to improve my English speaking skills. I am not very good at talking. I am a very introverted person. And because of the pandemic, I am very isolated. I don't contact my friends a lot. Even if I do, it's only on texting, and I don't ever call them. My skills, my social skills in general, my speaking skills, my English skills. So to improve all those things, I wanted to start this YouTube channel so I am able to talk at least to a screen. I am starting this as a hobby and with the idea of self-improvement. So if my previous goals are achieved, I would say that this thing is doing its job. And yeah, that is what I am excited about. I'm excited about the self-improvement that I might have through this channel. What kind of genre am I? Well, honestly, my reading preferences have changed a lot. I stopped reading in between my end of my high school years and my university. I very recently this year, when I got into this BookTube community, I ended up joining Goodreads, and I am reading a lot this year, so I can say that I got back into reading only this year. Previously, I was reading a lot of middle school books. Okay, I was reading a lot of Enid Blyton, I was reading a lot of Dan Brown. Those were the kind of books that I used to read, but now I am older, so I am rediscovering the kind of genre that I like, the kind of stuff that I want to read. So currently I am reading every different kind of genre. The one thing that I do know that is that I really like adventure, I really like sci-fi. So I do enjoy books that are done as a character study, like Virginia Woolf, The Waves, or books that are solely character driven. For example, this book that I recently read. These are just amazing character driven books. So far, I'm still in the middle of trying to rediscover my taste, and I am really excited. I get to read every kind of book, and I will see if I like it or not. So yeah. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Okay, this is exciting because I haven't gone to depth of this community to discover more creators, but from what I've seen on surface level, it's mostly young adult and fantasy, which is great because I am able to get a lot of different recommendation, because that is a genre that I don't read a lot. So yeah, the kind of books that I read along are contemporary, and they also include very interesting academic books that are targeted towards an older audience, someone in their mid to late 20s and above. People that are part of the BookTube community who are a bit older, somewhere in their late 20s or 30s, they would enjoy those recommendations. Or I could help young people discover books that are educating but not boring. I guess I also read Korean literature, not only the ones that are translated into English, but also the ones that are in the original language. I am around intermediate in my fluency in Korean, and I wish to improve a lot. One of my goals for this end of this year is to improve my Korean skills, which is why I am currently trying to read as much Korean literature that I can find online, and I might end up reviewing those as well on my channel. What series or book got you into reading? So I was at this bookstore. I'm 10 and I have never in my life read a English novel or a book before, and I end up on the Enid Blyton shelf, and I found this book and I really liked the cover, so I bought it, and I had no idea what it was about. Oh, I actually have that book with me. This was the exact book that I bought. This is literally my first book. And of course, everyone knows Enid Blyton is a really good writer when it comes to children's story and taking you on adventures. So it was the first time I experienced going on an adventure in my own head. And it was beautiful, mind-boggling, and ever since then I have been crazy about books. So that is where I found my love for reading, as well as adventure books. So yeah, this video has been a huge chaos to film. It's middle of summer, so it's really hot, and you probably saw me sweating really bad. I am not sure how the editing is gonna turn out, how the video quality, the sound quality of it is gonna turn out, but it was very difficult to film, and I hope that I can improve more as I make more. Yeah, so this is it for today. Thank you.